You know, in a world obsessed with speed, convenience, and instant results, there's one truth that we can't ignore. There is no shortcut. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle, to look for the fast way, the easy route. Maybe you see others around you climbing to success quickly, but what you don't see is the years of hard work, sweat, and sacrifice behind the scenes. There's no magic pill, no fast track to greatness. We've all been there. We've all searched for a shortcut, a quicker way to reach our goals. But the reality is simple. Shortcuts don't work. They might give you a temporary boost, but they don't build lasting results. If you want to achieve something that truly matters, something that will stand the test of time, you have to put in the work. Think about the best athletes, the top entrepreneurs, the greatest musicians. Do you think they woke up one day and had it all figured out? Number. They put in countless hours, faced failures, and learned from their mistakes. They didn't take shortcuts. They took the long, hard road, and that's why they are who they are today. Every step you take, every hour you put in, every setback you face, it all counts. It's the journey that builds you. The struggle is where growth happens. And if you're willing to put in the work, to embrace the grind, you will reach places you never thought possible. But remember, you can't skip the process. There's no shortcut. So, let's stop searching for the easy way out. Let's stop wishing for things to happen without effort. Instead, let's commit to putting in the time. Let's commit to doing the work, even when it gets tough. Because, at the end of the day, the true reward is not just the destination, it's who you become along the way. There's no shortcut to success. There's no shortcut to greatness. But if you're willing to stay on the path, to push through the obstacles, you'll reach heights that others can only dream of. So, what are you waiting for? The work starts now. There's no shortcut, just the journey, and that's where the magic happens. You see, shortcuts might seem tempting. The thought of bypassing the hard work, skipping over the tough moments, sounds easy. But here's the thing. What you miss in those shortcuts is the most valuable part of the process. The lessons learned along the way. When you take the long road, you grow stronger. Each obstacle, each mistake, and each failure teaches you something that will serve you for a lifetime. And you can't learn that from shortcuts. You can't develop resilience from a quick fix. Growth is a process. It takes time. It takes persistence, and it demands patience. Think about this. The tree doesn't grow overnight. It starts from a seed, takes root, then stretches upward, one branch at a time. It faces storms, harsh winds, droughts. But over time, it becomes tall and strong. Its foundation is solid because it has been through the struggle. That's how your dreams and goals will grow too. The road is long, it's full of twists and turns. But that's where the magic happens. Success isn't about speed, it's about consistency. It's about showing up day after day, even when it seems like nothing's changing. Every small step forward is a step closer to your goal. If you're tired of waiting for results, remember that results come from the efforts you put in and day out. They don't come from wishing, they don't come from shortcuts, and they don't come from comparing your journey to someone else's. Your journey is yours alone, and you are the one who gets to shape it. So stop looking for shortcuts. Stop hoping for instant success. Start believing in the process, because the process is where your power lies. If you keep putting in the work, even when it gets hard, even when you feel like giving up, that's when you'll see the magic. The results will come, but they'll be so much sweeter because you'll know that you earned them. And when you finally look back, you won't just see where you've been. You'll see who you've become along the way. So, keep going. Don't stop. Don't settle for shortcuts. The real reward is in the journey, the long, hard road, and trust me, it's worth it. Now let's be real for a second. We've all been there wondering if there's a quicker way to get to where we want to be. But if you want real success, the kind that lasts, the kind that doesn't fade after a moment of fame or fortune, you have to embrace the grind. The grind is hard, it's relentless, and it will test you. There will be days when you'll doubt yourself, you'll question your abilities. But that's when you have to push harder. That's when you dig deep and remind yourself that every ounce of effort counts. You're building something bigger than just an outcome. You're building your character, your strength, and your legacy. The truth is, shortcuts don't build legacies. They don't create lasting change. Only commitment, perseverance, and a willingness to face adversity head-on can do that. So, every time you're tempted to take the easy way out, remember, there's no shortcut. The long road is the one that will lead you to the real transformation. So, what are you going to do? Are you going to take the easy way out? Or are you going to commit to the work? The choice is yours. But remember, greatness is forged in the fire of persistence. There's no magic formula. There's no fast track. There's just you, your vision, and the work it takes to make it happen. Your journey might be tough, but it will be worth every step. The effort you put in today will show up in your tomorrow. Keep going. Keep fighting. And never stop believing that what you're building will pay off. Because there is no shortcut. And that's the best thing about it. And here's the kicker. The hardest part isn't doing the work. It's staying in the game when it feels like no one sees you. When you're grinding away in silence, when the world is moving faster than you can keep up with, it's easy to think that maybe you've been forgotten. But remember this, progress doesn't always show up in big, flashy moments. It often shows up in the small, steady steps you take every single day. There's power in the quiet persistence. The days when no one is cheering you on, the days when success feels like it's just out of reach. That's when you need to dig deeper. That's when the real work happens. It's not the big breaks that define success. It's the consistency, the relentless push forward, no matter how slow it feels. So, take pride in the grind. Celebrate the small wins, because they add up. And remember that every ounce of sweat, every hour spent learning, every setback you face is shaping you into someone who can handle real success. No one who's ever achieved anything worthwhile has done so by avoiding the hard stuff. When you're tempted to quit, when you feel like you're stuck, remind yourself, there is no shortcut. The path to greatness is one of perseverance, passion, and grit. And that's exactly what will set you apart from everyone who took the easy route. Because the easy way only leads to temporary success. But true greatness comes from the journey, the grind, and the will to keep pushing no matter what. So, here's the challenge. Commit to the journey. Embrace the struggle, the challenges, the obstacles that come with it. They're not roadblocks. They're the lessons that will turn you into the person who can rise above it all. The shortcuts, they might get you somewhere quick, but they'll never get you where you truly want to be. Remember, the long road is where you'll find your strength. The journey is the reward. It's easy to look around and compare yourself to others. You see people getting what seems like instant results, and it's tempting to think, why can't I just do that? But here's the truth. Those people who seem to have it all figured out, they didn't start there. What you're seeing is the product of years of hard work, mistakes, and sacrifice. They put in the work when no one was watching. They failed more times than you can count. And they didn't take shortcuts when it would have been easier. Here's the thing about shortcuts. They may get you there faster, but they won't teach you what you need to know to stay there. That's the difference. You can get a shortcut to a destination, but can you handle the pressure, the weight, the responsibility that comes with getting there too quickly? Often, we see people burn out when they don't have the foundation to support their success. True success is built on resilience, on the lessons you learn through struggle. You don't just want to reach the top, do you? You want to stay there. You want to make sure that when you achieve your goals, you can hold them, expand them, and create even more success. That's the long game. It's about building a life that you control, not just finding shortcuts that get you through the moment. And when you feel like quitting, like this journey is too long, too hard, too uncertain, remember why you started. If you want to build something that lasts, something you can be proud of, then there are no shortcuts. There's only the commitment to keep going, even when it feels impossible, even when everyone else is taking the easy way out. Because what you're building isn't just success, it's your legacy. And that's worth the wait. That's worth the hard work. That's worth every drop of sweat, every tear, and every lesson along the way. So, what are you going to do today? Are you ready to keep going? Are you ready to embrace the grind, knowing that there's no shortcut to your dreams? Because if you are, you're already ahead of the game. And trust me, the journey you're on is exactly what will make you the person who will finally achieve greatness. The truth is, the people who stand out, the ones who make it, are those who embrace the grind. They don't look for shortcuts because they understand that each step they take, no matter how small, is part of something greater. Every challenge, every failure, every setback teaches them something they need to know. The real growth happens in the struggle. It's the struggle that forges strength. It's the effort that builds the muscle, mentally, physically, and emotionally. But here's where it gets tricky. The world will always tempt you with shortcuts, quick fixes, hacks, easy routes. But deep down, you already know that the true path to success is earned. It's earned with patience, persistence, and grit. When you take shortcuts, you're cutting corners, and you're also cutting out the opportunity to grow, to learn, and to build the kind of foundation that can carry you through the tough times. The people who take the time to learn, to fail, to get better every single day are the ones who will build something that lasts. They're the ones who have the strength to weather storms because they've already weathered smaller ones. They've seen how the process works. They've been through the process. And that experience is priceless. The truth is, there's no magic formula. There's no secret blueprint for success. It's just hard work, consistency, and resilience. Every day you show up is a step closer to your dreams. Every moment you commit to the grind is another layer added to your foundation. It may not feel like it today, but trust me, every small victory compounds over time. Every effort matters. There is no shortcut. There is only the road, and the road is long, but it's worth it. So, when you hit those roadblocks, and you will, don't look for a quick way out. Don't get frustrated when things don't go as planned. Understand that setbacks are just setups for your future victories. They're preparing you for what's ahead. Keep going. Keep pushing forward. It won't be easy, but it'll be worth it. Because at the end of the day, success isn't just about what you achieve. It's about who you become on the way there. It's about the strength you build, the lessons you learn, and the person you grow into through the process. And there's no shortcut to that kind of growth. If you're in this for the long haul, there's only one thing to do. Keep moving, keep grinding, and know that there's no shortcut to greatness. The truth is simple. There is no shortcut. It's about the strength you build, the lessons you learn, and the person you grow into through the process. And there's no shortcut to that kind of growth. If you're in this for the long haul, there's only one thing to do. Keep moving, keep grinding, and know that there's no shortcut to greatness. The truth is simple. There is no shortcut, no easy way out. And that's okay, because the process, the journey, gets where you're meant to be. Every hour of work, every sacrifice, every late night, every failure, all of it counts. It shapes you into the person who has what it takes to handle success when it finally comes. Those moments when you're tempted to quit or take the easy way out, those are the defining moments. That's when your true character is tested. It's easy to keep going when everything's going your way. It's easy to keep moving when the world is cheering you on. But the real strength, the real success, comes from pushing through when it feels like the whole world is against you. When you push through those moments, you build a foundation that nothing can destroy. And here's the kicker. The longer you go, the more you realize that the struggle, the grind, it's worth it. You learn things about yourself you would never have discovered otherwise. You become stronger, more resilient, more confident. You start to see failure not as the end, but as part of the journey. Because you know that as long as you keep moving forward, there's no stopping you. So, the next time someone tells you there's a shortcut, or you start looking for a way to fast-track your success, remember, the shortcut is the long road itself. Embrace the challenges, embrace the setbacks, and embrace the process. Because it's all part of your story, the story of someone who didn't take the easy way out, but built something meaningful, something lasting, with their own hands, sweat, and tears. And when you finally reach that success you've worked for, you'll look back and see that the journey was the real reward. The person you became, the lessons you learned, the strength you built, all of it will be worth it. Because in the end, the only shortcut to greatness is the one that doesn't exist. And that's exactly how it should be. So, take a deep breath. Stay the course. There is no shortcut, and that's exactly how it's supposed to be. Keep moving, keep growing, keep striving, because greatness is built on the long road, and you're walking it, step by step. Look in the mirror. Look at the person staring back at you. That person is the only one who can change your life. Not your friends, not your family, not luck. You. Every second you hesitate, someone else is taking action. Someone else is working while you're making excuses. Someone else is fighting for their dream, while you're sitting there, hoping things will change on their own. They won't. Success doesn't come to the ones who wait. Success comes to the ones who are willing to go after it, like their life depends on it. Because guess what? It does. Your life is being written right now. Every single decision you make today is shaping your future. So ask yourself, are you proud of how you're spending your time? Are you giving your dreams everything you've got? Are you fighting for the life you say you want? Or are you just talking? Because talking is easy. Anyone can say they want success. Anyone can say they want to change. But talk is cheap. Words mean nothing without action. How many times have you told yourself, I'll do it tomorrow? How many times have you promised yourself that next week, next month, next year, things will be different? You've been living your life on delay, treating time like it's an unlimited resource. But I've got news for you. It's not. You think you have time, but you don't. You think there will always be another chance, another opportunity, another open door. But what if there isn't? What if the next time you hesitate, the door closes forever? What if the chance you're waiting for is the last one you'll ever get? There are no more second chances. Not because the world is cruel, not because life is unfair, but because you've already wasted enough time. Every day you hesitate, you're pushing your dreams further away. Every day you wait, you're making excuses. Every day you don't act, you're proving that you don't want it badly enough. Let's be real. You know what you need to do. You don't need another motivational speech. You don't need another self-help book. You don't need another person telling you what's possible. You already know. But knowing isn't enough. Knowledge without action is useless. If you were truly serious about changing your life, you would have started yesterday. If you were really committed, you wouldn't be waiting for the right time. There is no right time. There is only now. Every time you put things off, you're lying to yourself. You tell yourself that you'll start when you feel ready. You will never feel ready. You tell yourself that things will be easier next week. They won't be. You tell yourself that you have time. You don't. Look around. How many people do you know who once had big dreams? Who once had fire in their eyes? Where are they now? Stuck. Bitter. Full of regret. They never took their shot because they thought they had time. They thought they had a second chance. You do not want to be one of those people. You have one shot at this life. One chance to make something of yourself. One chance to prove to the world and to yourself that you are more than average, more than ordinary, more than just another person who never reached their full potential. So what's stopping you? Fear, doubt, comfort. Comfort is the killer of ambition. Comfort is the reason people wake up at 50 years old, wonder where the time went. Comfort is the slow poison that numbs your dreams until they're dead. You have to stop waiting. You have to stop hoping that life will give you another shot. You have to stop thinking that someday you'll just magically wake up and be ready. The truth is, this is it. This moment right now is the only guarantee you have. You've been wasting time. That ends today. No more waiting. No more hoping. No more second chances. You either go after what you want with everything you have, or you accept the fact that you'll never have it. No more making excuses. No more blaming circumstances. No more feeling sorry for yourself. Life doesn't care about your excuses. Life doesn't care about your fears. Life doesn't care if you're tired, if you're scared, if you're not sure you can do it. Life rewards action. Life rewards the ones who show up. Life rewards the ones who refuse to quit. So, today, you make a decision. Not tomorrow, not next week. Today. Because this is your moment. This is your chance. And there are no more second chances. How many times have you told yourself, this is the year things will be different? But nothing changed? How many times have you promised yourself that you would start on Monday, only to quit by Wednesday? Enough. Enough of the lies. Enough of the delays. Enough of waiting for the perfect moment. You are waiting for permission. Waiting for someone to tell you it's okay to go after what you want. You don't need permission. You are the permission. Some of you are waiting for the fear to go away. It won't. Fear doesn't disappear. You just get stronger. Some of you are waiting for the stars to align, for life to give you a sign. This is your sign. If you don't act now, you never will. Because every time you delay, you're building the habit of quitting. You're teaching yourself that it's okay to push things off. You're programming your mind to believe that your dreams can wait. They can't. Every second that passes is one you'll never get back. Every day you waste is a day stolen from your future self. And one day that future self will wake up and realize it's too late. Don't let that happen. Don't be the person who looks back and wonders what could have been. Don't be the person who lives with regret because they never had the courage to take a leap. You want change? Then change. You want success? Then work for it. You want a better life? Then fight for it. Because nothing is given. Nothing is guaranteed. You either step up or you step aside. You either take control or you let life control you. No more waiting. No more excuses. No more second chances. You say you want this? Prove it. Right now. This is it. The moment that separates the dreamers from the doers. The world doesn't care about your excuses. The world doesn't care if you're tired. The world doesn't care if you're scared. The world doesn't care if you've had a rough past. Neither does success. Success doesn't care about your background. It doesn't care about your struggles. It doesn't care about your circumstances. Success only cares about one thing. Did you do the work? That's it. No luck, no magic formula, no shortcuts. Now let's be real. You already know this. You already know what needs to be done. The problem isn't knowledge. The problem is execution. Some of you have spent years thinking about changing, talking about changing, dreaming about a better life. But thinking doesn't change anything. Talking doesn't change anything. Dreaming doesn't change anything. Only doing does. And yet you sit there, letting time slip away, like it's endless. Let me tell you something. It's not. You think you have time? Ask the person who lost everything in an instant. Ask the person who had their chance taken away before they even got to try. You are lucky. You still have time. But how much? You don't know. That's the scary part. You don't know how many chances you have left. This might be your last opportunity to turn things around. This might be your last shot to go after what you really want. So why are you waiting? You say you want success, but are you willing to suffer for it? Are you willing to wake up early, stay up late, work when no one is watching, sacrifice comfort for progress? Or are you just hoping that somehow, some way things will just work out? Hope is not a strategy. Luck is not a plan. Hard work is. Discipline is. Consistency is. And if you don't have those things, then guess what? You don't want it badly enough. People who want it, go get it. People who want it, find a way. People who want it, stop making excuses. So what kind of person are you? Are you the one who waits, who hesitates, who lets life happen to them? Or are you the one who decides, who fights, who makes things happen no matter what? Your actions answer that question. Not your words, not your intentions, not your plans, your actions. What are you doing right now to change your life? What steps are you taking today to move forward? Because if the answer is nothing, then don't be surprised when nothing changes. If you keep living like you have a second chance, you'll never take the first one seriously. No more waiting. No more talking. No more second chances. The time is now. Make your move. You have wasted enough time. Every second that passes is another second you'll never get back. Another second where you could have moved forward. But instead, you stood still. Why? Because you were scared? Because you were tired? Because you weren't in the mood? Do you think life cares about that? Life doesn't wait for you to be ready. Life doesn't care if you're not in the mood. Life is moving forward with or without you.